What's going on, everybody? Here with another flashlight review. Today we are going to be looking at the Olight M2R Pro. This is obviously the second light in their M2R series. It's another light in the Warrior series, kind of that tactical flashlight application. And let me just start off by saying that the M2R is my favorite flashlight that I've ever owned. I have the original M2R. I've had this for over a year now. As soon as I saw it, I wanted to purchase it. This has been in my pocket most of the time over the past year. If I'm gonna carry a flashlight, it's gonna be the M2R. Until I purchased this one. Now, this M2R Pro is in a limited edition OD green. It was on a flash sale a few weeks back. I don't know if there's any left. I know on the store they say sold out. However, at the time of recording this, I was able to find a couple of the OD green and desert tan options on Amazon. I don't think they're from actual Olight, so you might want to proceed with caution, but I was able to see them on Amazon, so there might be a couple floating around. However, this is the limited edition OD green. It's the exact same color as the Warrior X Pro I reviewed a few weeks back. And honestly, we're going to be taking a look today to see if the M2R Pro is worthy of the title. All right, let's get a quick unboxing done of the OD Green M2R Pro. Now, one thing that's really nice about Olight is they've got some pretty nice packaging, especially for their larger lights. So, I mean, this is magnetic, which is pretty cool. Open it up. Nice little note. Thank you for being part of the Olight family. Your support is why we do this. Enjoy. Just a nice little touch in their packaging. Before I take the light out, let's get this box. It's our little accessories box. Let's see what we've got in here. Okay, so this is where you're gonna have your user manual, if you want that. A little lanyard that's included in all their lights. It's a nice little feature for some people. And then the recharge cable. See, it's got the red face. This is their MCC3. It's their smart charger, so you can see it will charge pretty much all of their lights at either 1 amp, an amp and a half, or 2 amps, depending on what flashlight you have. Now, being that this is going to be their larger light, it's going to be that full 2 amp charging mode. So taking it right out of the package, that's all we've got. Putting all this aside, now we get into the flashlight. And this is the first time I'm seeing it here. And I can already tell it looks nice. It looks like the green on the Warrior X Pro, which I'm a huge fan of. Got a push button holster here. All right, here we go. This is the Warrior M2R Pro. So right off the bat, taking a look at this, one of the things that is upgraded and is immediately noticeable is the machining on this flashlight. The heat sinks are different. You've got some little grooves up in the bezel. The grip texture, very pronounced on this light. It's very great in the hand. You definitely feel the flashlight. It's not going to go anywhere. The original model felt a little bit smooth, so this was a nice upgrade that Olight put in there. And then obviously the upgraded tail cap. This was something that a lot of people complained about on the original M2R. They said with a gloved hand, it was a little bit difficult to press in. That was not an issue that I saw. I never had a problem with that tail cap. However, this one is better. It is raised, so it's a lot easier to depress. One of the other things that they did is they actually upgraded the functions of this tail cap. On the original one, the half press was gonna be a momentary on and a full press was gonna be constant on. With this tail cap, they made it much, much better. So on this tail cap, a half press is gonna get you the lower 750 lumen setting. And you can see I'm continuously pressing it on, and that's gonna stay momentary. If I just quickly tap the half press, it stays on constant. And then for a full press, again, pressing it in all the way is gonna be constant on turbo for that whole 1800 lumens. Just a quick press is gonna be that constant on, again, for the turbo mode. So it's a really, really amazing feature. I love the fact that they put in 2 settings on this tail cap because it just adds versatility. I've said it before, I really like tail cap activated flashlights. So now I can just pull it out of my pocket, quick tap the tail cap for that 750 lumen beam. Like the original M2R, put in a second function of the tail cap that you can program in. simply press it down and hit this side button. That enters, I think, what they call their tactical function, but I am not a fan of that. When you go into that function, that half press is going to be the turbo mode, and then a full press is going to get you into strobe. I don't like strobe. I don't use the strobe. I honestly understand it if someone is coming at you and you need to disorient really fast. If I'm going to be whipping out my flashlight and pointing 1800 lumens in their eyeballs, that's going to hurt just as bad, and that's still going to disorient. And not only that, the beam on this light is so much closer together, it's so much narrower that this thing is going to hurt if you shoot it in somebody's eyes. And with the added versatility again of that 750 half press, this is the mode that I'm going to be using more often than not. But what really sells this flashlight for me, what sold me on the original M2R and what sells me on this flashlight, is the fact that there's a side button on here. Now, if it were just the flashlight with this tail cap, I would think it's worth it. 2 functions on there, that's great. It's going to be a fantastic light with the magnetic charging tail cap. I never have to worry about a dead battery. So if that were the light, I would buy it. I would still buy it. Maybe not at $120, but I would buy that light. But this light steps it up a notch and adds a little side switch on there. And so this is what really gives you those everyday carry functions. And this light, just like all the other lights that are out on the market with a side button, if you just press and hold, you're gonna get a moonlight mode, and then press and hold again, and you start cycling through the different levels. And it goes all the way up to that 750 level mark, and then it just keeps cycling through everything. You've also got the memory on here, so if I leave it at this medium level and shut it off, turn it back on, it jumps right to that medium level. And that's really where I tend to keep this light. It's either gonna be in moonlight mode or that medium level, because if I'm using the side switch, that's an ample amount of light for me. The best part about it is, let's put it on moonlight mode here. The tail cap works completely independently. So you can see little moonlight mode, just a nice dim light. If I still press that tail cap, it goes right into turbo mode. That's excellent. That's what makes this a better tactical EDC light, in my opinion. Another great feature that they included in this flashlight, you can see right here, is just a battery indicator. Mine is obviously not fully charged at this point because I do use this most days. So it's yellow, sitting right around a medium light, but that's a nice, just quick indicator to see where your battery level is at. I still have a little while before I need to charge it. I typically wait until that's a red because I don't want to hurt my battery. I don't want to charge it too many times. Looking at the actual construction of this flashlight, I'll kind of bring it in close. Hopefully you guys can see it and it focuses. But the construction on it is completely aluminum. It has an IPX rating. I'm going to be dropping all the main specifications from the website on the screen right now so you guys can see it, but it is going to be completely aluminum with a waterproof rating, a beam shot of over 300 meters. But the construction, you guys, honestly, you should expect that. If you're buying a light for either a tactical purpose or an everyday carry purpose, it should be aluminum and it has to be waterproof. If you're buying flashlights that don't have a waterproof rating, I don't understand why you'd want that. Because even carrying it around in your pocket, I would be concerned about just sweat in the summertime ruining that flashlight. It doesn't make any sense. Make sure your flashlight has a waterproof rating on it, always. And as far as the aluminum is concerned, I prefer full aluminum construction. There's definitely some good polymer lights out there, so you can take a look at those. But for an everyday carry, I like aluminum construction. Now, we do have a pocket clip on here. You guys can see it is the 2-way reversible pocket clip, which I'm a big fan of. I've said it before, I like to use this as a headlamp. This one's pretty heavy and pretty large for a headlamp, but it works in a pinch. So it's just nice to have that on there. Now, I like to carry it with the bezel pointed down because I'm using this as an everyday carry flashlight. So that just makes it a quicker activation out of the pocket, and it does disappear in my pocket a little bit better. However, if that's not quite your style, you can go bezel up. It's just gonna have more protruding out. It's gonna be quicker for the side button, but I think this light is begging to be more of a defense light. So I prefer to have the bezel down on it. Again, this will just stick out of your pocket more. The heat sinks on there actually do lock in the pocket clip, which is really nice. So it's not gonna spin on you, which a lot of their other lights do in your pocket. So you might lose track of that side switch, but typically that's not something I need in a quick hurry. So moving down the light, you've got this strike panel. This is a little bit aggressive. It's really sharp. It's similar to the Warrior X Pro. It's honestly not my favorite part of the light, only because putting it in and out of the pocket, it does get caught on the seams. It's not my favorite function. Olight does have a smooth bezel, just like they had on the original M2R. I want to get that bezel. It is free. It's just an upgrade that you can get. But I'm going to wait till I order something from them. It's not a huge problem. I'm not going to go out and pay the $5 shipping just for that. I'm going to wait till I buy something from them, because I inevitably will buy something from them again. But I do recommend, if you're going to carry this as everyday carry, you might want to get that other bezel on there. Overall, this flashlight is definitely larger than the original. It's built really well, but it is bigger, and that's something you can definitely tell in the pocket. It's a little bit longer and a little bit wider. And the reason for that is, if we take the end cap off here, this thing is running a 21700 battery. I talked about this in the Warrior X Pro review. I do like this battery. It allows for a higher output and a lot longer capacity. So that's a nice feature. I do like this battery quite a bit. I think I like it better than the 18650, only because for not too much greater size, you're getting a lot more output and you're getting a lot more capacity. One thing to note though, again, this is still their proprietary 21700, so you're not going to be able to use anyone else's batteries in this flashlight. For most people, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I've said it before, you know, your watches, your phones, your tablets, your gaming systems, they all take internal batteries that can't be swapped out. So a flashlight is becoming no different than that. Another quick thing I want to point out about this light is the beam on it. Like I mentioned before, it is very tight. It is a nice hot spot of light, something that Olight hasn't had too often in the past. But one thing, I don't know if you can see it on camera or if you can see it in the night shots, it is a lot warmer than what we're used to. It's a little bit of a different beam shot, which in my opinion is fine. It did take a little bit of getting used to from me, just because I'm used to a cool light coming out of a flashlight, but this is a little bit warmer. I assume that gives you a much longer throw, and it's just different. Not bad, just a little bit different, something that you might need to just get used to. But all in all, you guys, this flashlight is amazing. I owned the original M2R for quite a few months, carried it constantly, love this flashlight. But this one's better. This one is better in almost every way, in capacity, in the beam, in the throw, in the lumen output. It's better. It is a little bit bigger, it's a little bit heavier, but you get a lot. That's a small trade-off for what you're getting in return on this flashlight. I do highly recommend this. This is by far my favorite flashlight that I own, and this gets carried with me more often than not, because of its versatility, because I can use the tail cap in a quick pinch if I need to shine some really bright light really fast. Or I can just use this side function and just use a little bit of light. And that's why I'm willing to carry something bigger, for that versatility. If I wasn't able to sacrifice that, I would probably just carry my M2R Pro, the last light I reviewed. I'll have that linked up. I would probably just carry that flashlight, because essentially that's this light with the tail cap feature taken off and a little bit smaller of a battery. The button functions the exact same way, and it goes through very similar levels. But this tail cap feature sells me on this flashlight. It makes this an amazing purchase and something that I do highly recommend. So I'm gonna have links to it down below. Make sure you check it out on Amazon. They are gonna be affiliate links, along with everything else that I've got down there. Links for all the gear that I use, how I edit my video. Click those links. They do support the channel at no cost to you. It's just something to help me out, help me to be able to purchase more flashlights to review, purchase more gear to review. I've got a few other things coming up, switching gears again in the next few videos, talking about some medical equipment. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of those videos. Hit that like button if you like the M2R Pro, and I want to know in the comments below, what is your favorite everyday carry flashlight? Is it this? Are you willing to sacrifice the size to carry this light? Or do you want something smaller like a Baton or a M2R Pro? Let me know in the comment below, but until next time everybody, remember, always be first in the door.